to everyone on YouTube. Hey, hi everyone on YouTube land. I'm Bambi. Watch me high five my nana. Ready? High five. High five. Not with your mouth, you douche. High five. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She was going to become my therapy dog, but she's really not good around loud noises, or if someone was to come up to her, she would jump on them. She wouldn't bite them, but she does jump. So unfortunately, she's only 2, or she's turned 3, so that might change. Say, sit down, sit. Oh, you're already sitting. Okay, then sit, sit, no, sit, sit. That's lie, you silly. That's lie down, you silly badelli. Okay, over this way, over this way. Okay, sit, sit, sit. Lie down. Good girl. Good girl. High five. High five. She does that really well, but the thing is, she just wouldn't pass as a therapy dog. See, and she doesn't bite hard. And to be honest with you, she's never really play bitten anybody else, not even our friends that have visited. But if you've got some suggestions out there on how to possibly train her as a therapy dog, then please let me know. Yeah, so she's a beautiful little girl, and I'd love to be able to have her as my therapy dog. She sort of is now, but she just can't follow certain commands like heel, or, you know, she can sit, she can lie down, do things like high five, and that's a trick really, not a command, but yeah. So back to me now. Welcome to another day at my vlog, and I look spectacular, don't I? And my nose is getting so itchy from this thing. Have a go at it. Have a go at that little pouchy wouchy doggy. Were you roly-poling? Were you roly-poling? She's got her little thing on because she went for a drive with Poppy. Hang on, hang on. Oh, you've got long hair now, haven't you? And that really supersedes that thing. Yes, I know. Take it off now. Take it off now. Leave it. Leave it. It's not hurting you. So what are you doing that for? Why are you biting your thing? Huh? Get your fur all sorted out. She's so fluffy. And I've been brushing her every day now because she's had a few knots in her that I've had to cut out. But unfortunately, her nun has a lot of knots. And I've been trying to chop them out because I do like her to have a nice clean nun and a nice clean back package. Passage package. Oh my God. Sorry, got to swap this around. Now, this is not going at the moment because every time I do put it on while I'm talking on YouTube, guess what? It really does interfere with my ability to communicate with you guys. So I don't know why I've got it on my head, but I'll pull the nose piece down when I'm ready to actually get on with my CPAPing. So, yes. Well, today hasn't been anything special, to be honest with you. I'm still in bed. I'm still crazy. It's still... I feel shithouse today. I've been sick from the back passage for quite some days now. Yes, well, actually, no, not some days, a couple of days, today included. And I've made an appointment to see my doctor Thursday. And I've done that because Lauren's got day off on Thursday, so she cares for me now, not her dad, not my husband. And the obvious reasons are because he works full-time now. So, yes, he's got a mortgage to start paying off. So, yes, there you go. I still haven't raised any I did raise one lot of funds from this one lovely anonymous donor of $5,000. I do know that the donor came from the United States because the money was converted from US dollars to Australian dollars, and it did turn out to be 5,000 exactly. So he obviously, or she, didn't have to actually pay the full 5,000. But I can tell you now how grateful I am. I don't know. I mean, I've got health insurance, but I can't have any operations, or I can't use it for things like that for at least another 8 months. So, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep paying it monthly. To be honest, that was what part of the GoFundMe money was for, is to help me pay for my things like I'm wearing now. My husband just doesn't earn enough, and my daughter has now taken on the responsibility of caring for me, although we'll see how long that lasts for, because she doesn't realise the fact is that caring for someone can mean not just caring for their own physical, needs. She has to help me in the shower, she has to help me get dressed. Toileting is okay, except, I generally go to do number twos. I try, whenever I do number twos, I get a shower straight afterwards, and she's not always here for that. She does work a couple of shifts because she does need a bit of spending money for herself. So she's my main carer now. So that is finally sorted out. So I've got to go to the doctor on Thursday to get some forms signed out for the carer sig as well, for my income protection as well. But I just don't earn enough myself to cover all of my debts. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to afford the GoFundMe. The actual, God, I hate this medication because it gives me so much brain fog. I just don't know how long my finances gonna keep me going. That's what the GoFundMe thing is for. Babby, it's all good. He's just gone down the road. He'll be back soon, okay? So don't worry. He'll be back soon. Anxiety separation. Yes. Oh, you want to go toilet? Is that what it was? Okay. All right, I'm coming. Yes, I'm coming. Oh, do you have to bite? That hurts, Nana. I know you must be busting, but just be patient, please. My goodness me. All right, so we're going. Hey, stop it. Stop the barking business, please, too. Neighbours won't love you for that. I can't run, can I? Just wait, please. So what I was trying to say is that I go to the doctor's on Thursday to get a few things done, and also for other medication. I don't think she realises that it's just more than my personal needs. It's being able to maintain the household. I mean, just take a look at it. And this is not our own home. We rent this property. So it's asking a lot, I know, of her. But the thing is, she's taking time and she's agreed to do it. I just hope she does it, to be honest with you. At least washing is in the machine. Go to the toilet now. So, anyway, long story short, I don't know how she's going to don't know how long it's going to last for, but hopefully it will last a lot longer than a day or so. So yes, what else is there to talk about? Great deal, actually. Just I can't remember half the stuff I've got to mention half the time. So, I just don't know I've got a mental blank. Okay, so I'm just going to pop something around my shoulders for a minute. Bear with me because it is a bit chilly out here. And it's a dry towel, so excuse my fashion statement. So yeah, Thursday busy.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is to take care of me. It means that, you know, there's clothes washing that's got to be done, because Dad works, you know, he's 55. She doesn't realise that. Yes, okay, at his age, there's a lot he still can do a lot, and I think he's, to be honest with you, a bit sexist in his later years, which I very much hate. So I'm less likely to do more for him because of his sexist ways. And pardon me, I don't know how else to handle that, because, you know, he's never displayed these attitudes before. He's just got such a dislike. His attitude towards his daughter really upsets me. It gets me so emotional sometimes. I've spoken to him about it, and I just hate the way he treats her, even though he thinks she can do a lot more for me, like, you know, vacuuming, hanging out the washing, doing the washing, folding washing, you know, clean the bathrooms, buying more shopping. I mean, in all honesty, I do agree to a certain degree, but I don't know why I just can't tell Lauren these things. I do believe she can do a lot more, and I hope to God she doesn't think that by getting the carer's allowance, she doesn't have to do anything for me. She doesn't realise that to get dressed in... Hang on a sec. Bambi, can you please stop doing that? You just had a bath yesterday. Do you have to? Don't do that. Thank you. She gets into some spots and she rubs, those dirty spots into her, so she gets to smell like a dog again, an all dirty dog. But the thing is, I can't wash her anymore. I physically just cannot do it anymore. I don't have the physical ability to do it anymore. I used to be able to get her in the bath. I used to kneel down at the bath and put towels down to my knees and do her that way. I can't do that. I used to bath her in the laundry sink. I can no longer do that. I used to take her in the shower, bend down, scrub her, and then lift her up to rinse her. I can't do that anymore. Putting my shower chair in with a towel on it so she doesn't slip. I can't even do that. So I'm basically fucked, in other words. Because I can't afford to take her to a groomer at the moment. So, which is why I'm trying desperately to cut her hair around her nun and her bum hole. But she fights me. So the only people that have success are the groomers, and I think that's because she doesn't give them shit, because she knows that they won't put up with shit. But anyway, that's a different story. So, yes. So I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. I'm at a loss today. Today I do have a foot appointment. Oh, hang on. I've got to turn the camera around for me to show you something. Can you see that beautiful male turkey? Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble. I mean, for God's sake, that's not a turkey school, but... Hey, Mr. Turks. How you going? Hey? Mr. Turkey Burkies? Look at the turkey, Bams. Look at the turkey up there. Isn't he nice? He's a nice looking turkey, isn't he? Woo woo, handsome turkey. Come back here. Here. Come back here. Yes, that's the perfect garden to find a lot of slugs in. You're a bit too late, Bams. Wasn't that such a pretty turkey? And I think that was a male turkey because of the colouring of the yellow and the red type of thing. But yeah, we get them all the time here. And I think the previous owner used to feed them their leftovers. I used to feed them things like bread that we had that was stale and things like that. But they just don't even have the physical power to even throw it anymore. And you can't really walk up the end there. It's a bit of a, even at the very end, at each end, it's a very steep incline. So they've got it closed off by a gate. which is fair enough because a few weeks back someone tried to set alight to one of the back fences, a part of the back fence. And thank God the fire brigade came out to stop it, because if it was, there are certain things I just can't afford to pay anymore. So there you have it. Yep, I don't know how long it's taken me so far today to tell you all this, but I think I'm going to leave it there. I need to go back into bed. I have to get a shower because I'm grotty before I go to my doctor's appointment today for my toe. My toe is not infected. I'm very excited. So there you have it. So I hope you guys have a happy Monday or a happy Sunday if you're on the other side of the hemisphere. Take care. Love you all. And BFN, I worked out, was bye for now. So I think that's going to be my farewell notice to everyone. So don't forget, BFN. I don't know whether you can hear that on the camera. But something's flying up there. I just don't know where. And it's more than one. I know that much. I'm trying to get it on the camera. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to catch it, because I think it's already flown past us. There's a plane and a couple of, I don't know, whatever it was, I didn't catch them. I missed them. Good day anyway. Wow, I'm impressed with myself. You don't know how impressed I am about myself. Although my pain is probably around about a 6 or a 7, I know that in about an hour's time it won't be there anymore, because I'll not only be lying down and resting, but it does usually settle, especially while I'm on the Valium. So if you would excuse me, I am just going to lie down. Whew-wee. Oh my Lord. The reason why I'm so proud of myself is because I sat down and I hung out 8 articles of washing, of clothing. So I don't know who put it on for me, but the person put it in the blue hanging out basket and I hung it out. So it was already out there waiting for whoever put it there. Obviously, I don't know, maybe it was left there in the hope that when the person gets home they'll hang it out, but they will get a lovely surprise. I'm glad to announce that I sat down and I hung out 8 articles of clothing. There were no sheets, no towels, nothing like that. Mainly school clothes and work clothes for Lauren. So saying that, I'd say it must have been Ren, because there was her work shirt in there. Her dad probably wouldn't wash her clothes, because the both of them are just as stubborn as each other. And that's so sad to hear, actually, and so sad to say. Yes, I just coughed on this hand and I rubbed it all over my face. Yep, it's so lovely and contained. So I'm backstairs in my room again after hanging out 8 items of clothing. I'm so excited. I'm wrapped. Although, right now, my pain level is decreasing probably to a 5. I am fairly good now at diagnosing my pain levels. Not just for the sake of telling doctors or hospitals or anything like that, but because generally if it's over a 5 and it lasts more than an hour, I would generally ask to have my medication upped. But it has to be like that, let's say, lasts more than an hour for more than a few days. So, for example, I've hung the washing out. It's now a 5, but it was a 6 to 7. Actually, I probably could have even said a 7 to 8 prior to lying down. It is gradually decreasing. There is never a moment where I don't feel any pain, but let me put it this way. For most of my time in bed, it's only a 1 or a 2. And that is so tolerable that it barely breaks my mental stability. When my pain threshold is even a 4 or a 5, but it's continual, so it's day after day after day after day, if I'm in bed, that's when I then ask for help. So there you have it. I also noticed that the purple is coming back through my hair. And although my daughter hated it, I actually liked it. And it seems to be the going trend that people put pink and blues and purples in their hair, no matter what their age. And yes, I may be 45. Yes, 45, I know. No, I do look at these days. When I was working, I used to buy face creams that enabled me to keep my face a lot moistured. I didn't really have a lot of these lines and wrinkles. And last day I worked was August of 2015, so it wasn't that long ago. So I have aged quite a fair bit because I can't afford many beauty items, but I do use Sorbelline cream on my face. And whenever my daughter buys some facial products, she sometimes allows me to share. So talking about my daughter, I do want to talk about her mental health, her own health status. And I am very scared for her. She has, and my mother once used to think that someone saying they wanted to commit suicide was a call out for help and they would never do it. But I never believed that. I did believe that they were calling out for help. She didn't mean it in a positive fashion. It was a negative fashion for when she was saying it. But back then when she was nursing, that's what she was told. Today, it's a lot different. God rest your soul, Mum, but it's the truth. And being a person that has attempted suicide twice, 3 times, sorry, twice failed, 3 times failed because I'm here still today. Twice though, once my husband found me, the second time I grew panicky and I changed my mind. So I drank a bottle of honey. I ate so much carbohydrates. I managed to save myself. I didn't even call an ambulance. I didn't want to feel that embarrassment. I'm just going to see who's just rocked up because if someone's home, I don't want to talk about my daughter's mental state. I don't think it is either my husband or my daughter, because I know they were both out. Okay. It's my husband, so I won't talk because she doesn't want him to know about any of this. So for now, I'm going to end this vlog because I don't know what he's going to come in and say. So I'll see you. BFN. Okay, so I have to get this out before my daughter gets home. And she finishes at approximately 11 minutes. Spat that out well. My husband and my daughter are two very stubborn people. I mean, my husband can walk in the door and he can totally ignore you. And he's done that probably for the past couple of weeks. And all of a sudden something comes up, some legal stuff, which requires me to sign it as well, because I can't make any major decisions on the medication that I'm on, so I'm wanting a health directive done. And weeks ago when I started it with him because I thought, well, if something happens during any of my surgeries, then at least he knows what I want. And regardless of however anyone else feels, my daughter, I believe, has been unhappy for years. All I want for Christmas is my husband and my daughter to get along. And I don't know how I can do that. Only they can do that. Only they can get that job done. My biggest thing with relationships is communication. And me, myself, I lack in that. If I had any courage, I'd just come straight out and I'd say, you need to have a talk with your father, or you need to have a talk to your daughter. But the thing is, I know it would start a fight. And the last time they had a fight, he pushed her to the ground with both his hands on her shoulders, and she left home. I don't know what would have happened this time if they had a fight. I've prayed. I've prayed that someone would intervene and help them. I've asked my daughter on numerous accounts to stop cancelling her doctor's appointment and to go get a referral for her mental health. She has a plan in place for suicide if she gets bad enough. And that's why I'm glad she's at home, because when I hear her cough, when I hear her move in her room, I know she's okay. But I'm so terrified because she's such a stubborn woman. I can't make anyone do anything. I can't make my husband feel any better or feel any more love. I know he has love for his daughter. He just doesn't have, he believes in hard love, and I don't. For many years, him and I fought. I left him for 3 of those years. 24 years that I've known him, we've separated 3 times. And this is the last reunion. I said to myself, no more this time, I'll put up with whatever I have to, but I didn't say that to him. If I had the money to make my daughter happy, I would, I'd set her up in her own little place with her dog. And I just don't have that ability at the moment. I don't have the access to anybody. I mean, I don't even have money to treat my own health. So that's an issue. I'm just turning this off for a minute because I can't talk with it going and I can't keep slobbering in it. Yeah. I haven't read the text from my husband yet, but I asked him if Lauren could play a part in choosing the stuff and if we could do it on Thursday. I haven't read the text message yet. To be honest, whenever I get a text message from my husband or a phone call, I get these great nerves in the guts, and that's post-traumatic stress disorder, and that's because of when we were both going through our years committing domestic violence against each other and our children. But I'm not going to go into that now because that is another story for another time. What I really wanted to say today is that I pray to the All God Almighty that He gives Alex and Lauren the strength they need to get together and talk things out and then treat each other as father and daughter. I've tried to speak to my husband about it, but don't know. I just don't know. And sometimes when I think he's listening and he understands, down the track he hasn't listened at all, because I'll give you an example. When we were planning on getting a house loan, or when he was planning on getting a home loan, I said, you're going to have to help me out with some of my bills, because I used to give whatever money I had, I paid the rent, and he bought the food. Our cupboards were still bare when he bought the food. So we changed things up. I kept one of the payments, gave him a payment, which meant his carer's allowance and my payment made up sufficiently for the 1 month's rent. And all I had to do is spend $300 a fortnight on food, cleaning items, things like that. Our freezers were full, our fridges were full of fruit and veg, and any extra was spent on deluxe items like snacks for Poisa, like LCMs or crackers and cheese. But then he started working and now we get nothing. And the money that I do make, I have a tax debt and I have a Centrelink debt I need to pay back. So most of the money I get from that pays them, and I get about $24 left over. So that stays in my account, unless something comes out of it and I get overdraw. I pay my Rego 3 monthly. I don't even know how I started on this. I was talking about my daughter and my husband and their attitudes towards each other and how sad it makes me. And to be honest, it gives me great anxiety, and I need to speak to a psychologist, but I just can't get out of my bed to actually go see one. And when I do, I'm half stoned anyway because of the drugs that I'm on. So I just don't know anymore. I'll keep asking God. I'll keep asking God to do His best to try and help them both. But it's in their hands ultimately, and it does sadden me. So that's it. I'll say nothing else, and I'm sure I've said other stuff about it in my other vlogs, but I will say nothing else about it. I guess I'm just going to have to keep feeling the same way as I feel today. Things won't change. Thanks everyone for watching. It does mean a lot to me. Don't forget, subscribe, like and hit the bell. And be a fan, just for now.
Bye.